Share my screen. Well, first off, let me dump in the welcome everybody. It's great having you here for this Nearpod training. If you're not familiar with Nearpod at all, hopefully today you can see what powerful tool it can be. And I'll talk about what it is in just a second and get you on it. But in the chat box, I'm going to put a link to a resource page. I can find it. Where there we go. Take you to a page. Let me share my screen and show you what the page looks like. All right, this page right here, just a document that has just some different resources. We'll talk about some things today quickly. This is going to be just a introductory to Nearpod. If you want some more detailed information, you can reach out to me. I'd be happy to walk you through, or here's some great resources here. Some getting started. First thing there is some getting started tutorials and things with Nearpod. We'll talk about the add-on with Google Slides. There's a great instructional video there, how that works. That's from Nearpod. And then integration with Canvas. There's some great tutorials there with integration with Canvas. This highlighted one right here on Canvas, that's a really good one. That's made by Katie Dewey Hill from Nearpod. She's a Utah person from Nearpod, or works with Nearpod now. That's a great one. And also this Learn at Home using Nearpod. That's a UEN created one. That's a really great one also, as far as hopefully answering some of your questions with the integration with Canvas. One thing I would like to add, or to make you aware of, if you're not aware of them, UEN has a course. It's a Nearpod course. Walk you through everything, the ins and outs with Nearpod, with integration with the Google add-on, and it is a self-paced, limited instructor course. And you just log on and you do the content, the go through the modules at your own pace and complete them. And at the end of the course, you can become you will be a Nearpod master, and you can actually get your certification to be like a Nearpod certified educator or something that way. And through all these UEN courses, you can also get licensure hours, or you can buy one SUU credit for $21 for a graduate credit that can be used towards a lane change. So that is linked right here to this UEN course. You have basically these MOOC courses, these massive open online courses that they're called. They're a year long. They start September 1st, and then you have to have everything done by August 31st. So you have start now, you have to August 31st to complete this course. So it'll give you plenty of time. But I want to get that out there now so I wouldn't forget to let you know that. But that's that. So jumping on with Nearpod. I'm not sure what your familiarity is with Nearpod. I'm going to start out with a little 2-minute video here. It is a commercial, so it's going to make you want to buy Nearpod. That's what commercials do. But hopefully this will give you an idea of what Nearpod is and how it works.
I'm good.
So you're not hearing anything, I was just told. Sorry about that. This is linked. I won't replay it again. Basically, what Nearpod is, it is an interactive presentation tool. So, and in place of your PowerPoint or your Google Slides, you can use a Nearpod, which gives an interactive component to it. And it talked about, and I'll show you how you can download your existing presentations that you already created, and then you can put your activities from Nearpod right inside your pre-made presentations. This is linked on that slide. These UEN resources are linked on that first document, or that document that I shared. The very first link under getting started, the UEN Nearpod license information. That this video is on there if you want to see that. But Nearpod, let's get in. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have a we're going to do a Nearpod. So on any device, you can open up a new window and you can do this, or you can grab your phone, or your iPad, your Chromebook, or anything. I'm going to take you through as a student what you will see by doing Nearpod and some of the activities that you can do within a Nearpod. And then on my screen will be the teacher view. So it's what I see as a teacher, not what you will see as a student. You can kind of go back and forth if you want to. If you have different tabs open, you can see my view, and then what you will see with this. So this is my Nearpod dashboard. Nearpod.com is the website. So you can start going there, or open up the app, and I'll get you a code to join our class in just a second. So Nearpod.com, or you can download the app and get the app and join from that way. But in my library here, I have lessons I've already created, or things that I have downloaded within my Nearpod library. I can search pre-created lessons already through Nearpod. I can filter through subjects and through grade level, and I can find different lessons which I can download. I'm not sure the contract-wise what the state has and what your district has as far as what you have available to you. I haven't looked into it that much yet as far as the exact details with what you have. But there are a lot of things available to you as far as pre-created lessons, and then you can modify those also. You can add your own content and what's already there from created from the Nearpod lessons. So that is the Nearpod library. Your school, or they call it a school library, your district should have a library as well, I believe, as part of the state contract. And these are lessons which are accessible to everybody. So I'm part of the UEN library. So these are all lessons which UEN has created, are in the library, and I can access these also. In my library, I have just my regular activities, and I can create some folders to put my different lessons in, specifically what I would like to folders. I have a digital citizenship folder and some social media things within my folders. Part of the contract, you will have access possibly to some of these additional lessons created. I know some of these were add-ons from the state contract. I'm not sure what your district chose to purchase or not, but these are additional lessons that are available that you can access, and the content's already there. So hopefully you have had a chance to go to nearpod.com or to download the app. I'm going to open up a lesson here. Again, I'm going to show you the student view, and I'm going to use this getting started with Nearpod lesson. What I can do is I can give a live lesson, which is what I'm going to do right here. So that is, I'm going to control the pace of the lesson. When I change the screen, then the screen will change on your device. A student pace lesson, that allows the students to progress at their own speed. So that is what I would put in a Canvas course. Your students would be doing their Nearpod lesson at different times, and I don't want to be there controlling when they view the different screens within the Nearpod. So those are the two different types of lessons, and from here I can edit it, I can preview it, I can delete it and share it and do things that way with it. But I'm going to go to a live lesson. I'm going to launch a new live lesson, and you're going to have a join code. So this is the code that you're going to put in when it says join Nearpod lesson. You're going to put in this PFYTR. It is not case sensitive, so it can be uppercase or lowercase, and it should work. I can push out this code through email or through social media. I can get a link for it, Google Classrooms, Reminder, or Microsoft Teams. So there's different ways to get this this code out to my students. So PFYTR. Wait just a second here. This code will be available throughout my lesson, so if you do get kicked off, you can join back in. I'm going to close the big screen here. It's going to be up here in the left-hand corner of my screen. That is the join code. And I can see right now I have 7 people joining into my lesson. I can see who those people are right from here. So that is what it looks like. On this side, I can hide the names of the students, or I can show the names, and that will be on with the results. I can show you the results through the activities. I gave you the wrong lesson. I'm going to change lessons, so don't log into the PFYRT. I'm going to go back and do a different one. I don't want to use this one. I had a better one that I want to use. So my apologies here. I'm going to kick you out of that lesson, come to another lesson, which is right here. So this is a new join code you're going to use. This is the lesson that I wanted to share with you. RKVYI. RKVYI. And again, it's going to be up here in the left-hand corner. You're going to see the RKVYI. That is the join code. Also on the bottom of my screen, I have a 2 of 50. That is what slide I'm on. So I can go throughout my lesson. I can change these. I can jump to any slide that I want within my presentation. Just by going to that bar right there. So what's going to happen when I click these buttons here, your screen is going to move. So if I click there, your screen should take you. You should have on your screen a new slide that says the next hour, which is not going to be an hour. We're going to fly through this just to kind of show you what is available. So this is a drawed activity within Nearpod. So you have a question stated to you. I'm going to join through my iPad really quick. And you're going to...
Hey, Brandon, can the kids join in on this as far as, so while it's going on, if I'm controlling it, moving it, they don't have access to how quickly they go through it. They go at our speed.
No. If it's the live pace, the teacher pace, then yeah, it's I control how fast they.
That's what I was. Yeah. That's what I was concerned about. I was wondering about that.
So the student pace, they have their time that they want.
Right.
I can set up in the student pace mode. I can have time limit on some of the activities, so they have 1 minute to complete a certain activity. I can set that up that way.
Okay.
But they control everything else. All right, and you'll see that even though some people are still doing the activity, if I go ahead, then you're going to not be able to submit your assignment. And you can't go back. And the students log in after the lesson has started. They're going to log in right where we are and not see the other things. I'm just going to pull ahead here, and you'll see how you're going to be pushed ahead. Well, actually, what I can do is I can share these. So I can share any of these answers. You don't see all the answers. This is the teacher dashboard on my screen again. But if I click on any of the answers and I click share, then you are going to have this answer on your screen. And it doesn't let you know who submitted this answer. It's just, I can show you an answer. Hey, look, here we are. Here's the answer. And this is the correct answer. So this student, these are all true things about Nearpod. When I go to my next page, yes, they're all true. So we're going to go on a virtual field trip here. We're going to go to Tanzania. We don't need our mass state because we're not actually going there. It's going to be a virtual field trip. So on your device, you can, I have my iPad. I can maneuver with my fingers. Maybe it's going to let me go. I can move my finger around my iPad and I can find what I want to see. I can zoom in, zoom out. So I'm a student on my iPad and I'm a teacher on my screen. So these virtual field trips are pretty cool. There's a 360 image of a location. And so here we are looking at this. And it's going to have some questions based on this image right here. So which animals below do you think call the national park home? So this is the multiple choice question within Nearpod. And this question is set up incorrectly because you can only answer one question. It's just sort of been like a checkbox when you can do multiple answers. So once you select something, let's go ahead and submit, and you'll see on my screen the answers are appearing right here. And I can again share. I can share the total results from this. I can take this graph, and you will be pushed out to see. Okay, here we are. Here's what the class thinks calls my Mikumi National Park home, and the cheetah has 45% of the answers because cheetahs are cool, and that's the first answer right there on your screen. So we're going to move on to a slide that has sound on it, so you can embed sound. I have pushed it out so you have access to control your own sound. So you can just push play on the little play button down there, and it's going to just pronounce the word predator. I don't necessarily do that right here because you can't hear mine because my headphones are in. My recommendation is if you are in a classroom and you are having this type of activity going on, you're having a video being played or something, just to have it played on one device, on the teacher device, so you don't have the 30 or your 20 to 25 different devices playing the same video at different times, unless students have headphones. So it gave me the option when I went to the slide, I want to play it from one device or push it out to all the devices. And I chose to do it on all the devices. So you can push the play button and hear that sound. This is a fill in the blank activity. You drag and drop. You take the tiles from the bottom and you just drag them when they go up on top. So I just take predators are animals that eat other animals, and then I submit that, and I got 3 out of 3. So, and all these results from all these activities are being recorded within the Nearpod that database. So I can go back and I can review all these results, and I'll show you that once we finish up here. Let's call fill in the blank. Here's another drawing one. I don't necessarily take time to do this because we've done the drawing already, but Oh, this is a drawing one, but they have it set up as a matching. So you just draw a line to whatever it is that you are. And as you notice from the student side, I have the ability that I have some tools. I can change my marker size, my pen size. I can change the color. I can add text. I can add images. I can take a picture. So for different assignments that students are supposed to submit or that they want to submit, I have a lot of options to allow them to submit with things. And again, I can push any of these out from anybody just by clicking on their name. It's going to push it out. Got it. Okay. All right. So how do we do? Here's my review of that one. So this is a 360 image. You just take the on your device using your fingers or your mouse. You're just going to you can just maneuver around and zoom in and zoom out, looking at this this predator. Underneath, looking at the claws, the face, and everything. So students are asked to. The question on the next page is going to be, what features did this animal have, or something that makes it a predator. So besides the 360 field trip, I can have these 3D images within Nearpod as well. So here's a text box. You're going to type in or write in why is the lion king of the jungle. Looking at that image. So I just type in my answer, whatever I want, and it's going to show up eventually on the screen. And as a teacher, I have the participation percentage of how many students have answered. So if I'm going to wait till I at least have 87% of my kids answer the question, or I can wait, I can see that up here. Or if I have a big class and I want everyone to answer it, I can know how many I have left. So again, I can share these answers with all of you. So if someone said it is smart and very powerful. So yes, that is true. Why the animal is king of, why the lion is king of the jungle. So here's a collaborate board. It's basically a, oh my goodness, I'm minding blank, that the Padlet, a Padlet type board where you're going to post some things. So I have the option right here of would I like to approve student comments before they're posted? If I'm concerned the students could post something inappropriately, I can, yes, I want to approve. But go ahead and I'm not going to approve you, so take caution in what you're posting to other people. On the bottom is where you're going to type in your thoughts. If you click on the blue image, you can add a picture. Nothing to do with the Nearpod, but the lion. So here's going to be my post. I just put an image in, and I put post, and it shows up. I have the ability to, I set it up beforehand that students can like each other. They can like the different posts that people have. Up here on the right-hand corner, I have on my screen a timer on this, or a little clock. It sets for the one that was posted first is going to be first. If I want to post the ones that has the most likes, that didn't change at all. I can post that way. If I want to post by alphabetically by students, I can post. I have it shown up this way. So I do have that option of how I want my board to look as far as what's being viewed first. The share button is I can share this board. This is a great board. I want to link this board and have it available for parents to view, or I want to I want to shoot it out on my Twitter account, I can do that, or send out via email. So this board would be accessible. So on some of the Nearpods, especially these typing ones, having a keyboard is really nice. But any of the draw ones, I like the touch of using the finger on an iPad or a phone, and not having to use the trackpad or mouse trying to draw things. So there's pros and cons for which devices work best with using the Nearpod. But Nearpod works on any device, on any operating system. So it's a great tool that way. So I'm going to move on here a little bit more. So this is a slide deck within your Nearpod. So what you're going to do on the left-hand side, you see there's a slide right there. You can just go through, you can slide through looking at the slides that have been created in this slide deck. I'm not necessarily give you enough time to read all of this, just shows you what you can do to make this happen. Excuse me, sorry. So looking at some of the benefits of Nearpod, so the slide deck was looking at right there. Talked about the lessons ready to run lessons. We talked about that. We already logged in, going to your Nearpod, my Nearpod or my Nearpod library. I showed you that on mine. You log in for the first time, or we can go to the home. You'll see something that looks like this. And I didn't show you this page per se. I showed you just my dashboard. But if I click on the library, take me to the page that we started on. It had all my Nearpod lessons there. The Explorer was what I had to look at the different activities, the different lessons already created within Nearpod. So here is again, fill in the blank, just a drag and drop. The answer is already on my screen. So again, I wouldn't be showing this to students. I would have this, if I'm in a classroom, this would be on my iPad or my Chromebook, and I'd be walking around the classroom while teaching this lesson, or as in the slide deck we saw, being outside and doing the lesson outside. So I don't have to be stuck to the classroom, and students can still access everything here. So again, this just walks you through, it's a fill in the blank, and it's just how the different parts of Nearpod, different components of it. You may have submitted something. I'm just going to skip on through that way, just because time. I talked about some of the lesson libraries. I'm not going to do that one. And some other activities here with this. I think we're going to just get on and let us. Let's try. Where's the lesson I want? Yeah, I think that's where I wanted to go here on this activity, on this lesson here, because the rest of this just kind of gets us into Nearpod, and I want us to go into Nearpod and actually play with it for a few minutes, and then show you some of the other integrations with Google and Canvas. Let me just make sure that that's. I'm at. All right, so I'm going to end this lesson right here. I'm going to end this session. I show you one in this session. Yeah, so your device is going to be kicked out. It's going to go. The session ended. You're kicked out of that. So I just did that. I did that lesson. I'm back to my dashboard right now. Now I want to look at the data from what we just talked about from this lesson. If I scroll down, I go on the home page, go to the one that says data. Excuse me, report. Or here on the left-hand side, I have my report tab. I'll click on that. Find the lesson I just gave, which was this one here. And here's my all the times I have given this lesson and all the results I have from it. So if I click on, this is today's lesson, what we just had, all the results. I can see participation, we're about 50-50 participation. So the first tab is just the summary. So it shows everyone's names and what activity that they completed. We didn't do all the activities, that's why there's so much less there. So we didn't do any quizzes today. The poll, which animal belongs to national park, I can see right here what everyone said, and I have just a snapshot of all the results. The same with open-ended question. I have all the results right here within that, and with all the questions that I asked. So I have here's the draw. I had 4 different draws in that Nearpod. So to click on the answer that I want, and then it will all be available to me right there. Here takes me to our board, so I can see that. So those are the basic results. I can download these results if I want to use them straight from just have them, not just for other references. I can actually share these results also via email. I can send an email to my colleague or my coworker who wants to see how this Nearpod lesson went. So there's the Nearpod from the student side, just a quick overview of some of the things they can do in Nearpod. But I want to get into Nearpod and create some content with you. So if you want to jump into nearpod.com, you have to set up an account if you haven't yet, or to set up an account. Yeah, an account.
They can actually just click on the login Google, and they'll be able to.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Okay, that is great, because that way you should be synced with all your Google stuff already. So click on your login with Google. And you're gonna get to a screen. It's going to say create or make new. Can't remember. For me, it's going to be right here. It's going to be. I can either come right here. I can create my own, or there's a plus on the top. I can create the plus button from the top, and I can create. I want to do a lesson in Nearpod. We'll do a Google slide in a few minutes. I'll just create a lesson in Nearpod. Once you get logged in with your single sign in, that's awesome. That's so easy. I'm going to create a lesson in Nearpod. I can title my lesson. Best lesson ever. And from here, I can start adding slides. I can click on the add slide button, and that gives me 3 different options. Within these options, the content, this is the meat of the slide. So down at the bottom, I can have different things that I can add within my Nearpod slide. Depending on what you have set up within your district, you'll have different things here, different than me possibly. So if I want to add in any stuff here, this is just the slides. I'm just adding it looks like just a basic PowerPoint slide. Let's start. Change my theme on it a little bit. And if I have anything I want to drag and drop with any type of files, I can drag and drop those there, or I can upload them. On the bottom here, I have my background. So I have my themes on the right, my backgrounds on the bottom, change my layout. So very basic PowerPoint type setup.
So Brandon, you said on there some of those items might not be available to us, but has Nearpod made all the items available to us at this time, or what's the information you know on that?
Not all of them. Yeah. So I know the state has paid for the digital citizenship lessons. They've paid for the SEL lessons. But for some of those other pieces, they haven't necessarily paid for all of those other little pieces to go into it.
Okay, so some of those will not be available for us to use that.
Right. A lot of them have sometimes like a free 6 months trial, so you could at least try one or two and see how you like it.
Yeah, because I've really liked the experiences I've had with them for the past few years that I've, when we've gone to the conferences and seen how it works. But I was just wondering if we knew what was available to us. I guess, Andrea, you'll let us know.
Yeah, so I mean, like the vocabulary, I know we don't have.
Right.
And so if there are some on there that we find that teachers really want, let's have the discussion of, do we need to add this as part of what we want to add to our
No,
contract?
that sounds great. I like that idea. Thank you.
Once I have a slide, or think that's a great question. Thanks, Sandra, for answering that. I just have my slide how I want it. Just put save and exit and take me back to my slide deck right here, and it's going to start saving just that slide. So again, that was under content. I just clicked on slide. Just give me a basic slide. Here's how I started adding some different activities. Again, I'm not sure what you have. I'm on the UAN account, so whatever they have, they pushed out to me. So that's why I'm that way. The web content, that just takes you to a website, which you can have a website. So the KSL, when I go to when this is logged in, when they go with that and that slide opens up, it'll be that website would be that slide. So it'll be KSL, an example for me right there. If I'm adding activity, here's where I get the activities. Here's where I do the different type of activities with the matching, the pull from the blank, the memory test. I didn't show you that one. That's basically it's like the memory game. You have a pig and you flip over and try to find the pig, and you have a you can do it so you have the English word and flip over, try to find the Spanish translation type thing. You can set it up different things with the memory test. We did the matching pairs, did the matching. The question we did, the flip grid, that is the flip grid one. We did the collaborate board, we did the poll, we did the draw. Time to climb. This is a new feature. I don't know if you have this or not. I haven't used this feature or this activity in it, so I'm not going to even talk about this right now. But it is. Go back. Cancel. That is an option as well. So I mentioned that you have the ability to put your pre-made slides are already in here. On the bottom, since you're logged in through Google, it still should look like this. I assume with the you can drag and drop your PDFs, your PowerPoints, your PNG files, or upload them. I have a PowerPoint. I'm just going to drop my PowerPoint in right here. There it is. So here's my PowerPoint. I already created a PowerPoint. I don't want to go in and create all this content again on my Nearpod. I just want to have in between some slides, some of the activities to attest to look at knowledge and comprehension. So just a second, the content from this slide deck will appear right in my lesson right here. So there's my my 4 slides that I had, or my 3 slides from the slide deck. All I have to do is if I just I can right between the slides add a slide, and that's where I can start adding my activity. So I want to have a open-ended question. Do you why or why not? There we go. So I just save that, and then that that slide is going to be right after my pick slide. The students will have that question slide going on. So I can just keep adding slides, adding content to what I am doing. It's easy to put in videos. If I come to my add content, dump in a video. If I have something already on my computer in Dropbox, or I can grab it from that way. I can drag and drop it in the MP4s, or I can search right here. Find some cat videos off of YouTube, and I'm just going to dump this into a new slide. So now I have a video and as a slide. So once I get my slide, how I would like it, I can preview it. So I can come here. This is what it's going to look like from the student view. When I give my code to the students, this is what they will see. Like, oh, little cat video. Going from backwards apparently because I previewed from the last slide. So here's the start. I'm previewing this. There's the website. I click on it. It takes you to the KSL website. I put that in there. Here's my first slide from my PowerPoint I dumped in, and here's the question from the that I'm asking about that. Do you like pigs? Why or not? Here's another just slide from my PowerPoint, another one from my PowerPoint, and then my video that I 15 minutes of cat videos. That's all we need, right? So get out of student view. So I'm going to save and exit. Now this is going to be saved in my, making me do that.
Brandon, where would you find like the 3D like virtual tour?
That would be, you have it. Let me edit this. Yeah, the Nearpod 3D. This is the one we had, the lion. That's what this would be here. The virtual tour would be the field trip, the Nearpod VR. So that would be the virtual field trip. And again, I don't know what you have or don't have. So I don't want to show you things, and well, maybe we do want to show them to you, make you want them. Then hit up Andrea. She'll love that, right, Andrea? The PhET simulations, if you haven't used the PhET simulations before on your own, they're awesome, but you can actually put them right into a Nearpod. So these are great science simulations. On your own, in your free time, search PhET simulations and just on the internet and spend hours playing around with them. They're pretty fun. So the slideshow, that's the one where you had the different slides you kind of went through on, no, the Sway was the one that you went through on your own. You kind of scrolled up and you could see the different slides there. That's what that was. So I have my slide. I created it. I can go through and I can launch my lessons, my live lesson. That's what we did today. The student paced lesson. If I click on this, it will give me the same code, or it'll give me a code, and I can change how long that code's valid for. So if I want students to do this activity within the next week, then I can go through and I can change how long this is good for. So if they don't do it by next Thursday, then they won't be able to access it after that. So as long as they have this code, they go to the join to that on the app or on the web version, and they put in that code, then they will be in my Nearpod lesson, their own page. So they'll go from slide to slide.
Brandon, do you have to put in, if you want to leave it open, do you have to put something in as an end date on that, or is that something that you can leave open until?
You can leave it open. Let me Its expiration. Let me launch a new student paste code. Does it let me? Wrong button.
Or does it? I just didn't know if it made you.
Yeah, I thought I could take off the toggle it on and off. I don't see it right here.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering as well.
Let me investigate that because I thought you could turn that off.
Okay, thank you.
I will investigate and let you know what I find out with that. And then everything else is going to be the same as far as once they get on the lesson, student page, then I can have all the results here in the report section. I want to, since you are logged in with Google, you can create a Nearpod. You can take your already created, if you have any Google Slides created, you can put them in, or you can create Nearpod right in a Google slide. If I'm going to start a new slide, this is just any Google slide, you have enabled on your slide underneath these add-ons. Add-ons are what third-party developers have created to help the Google tools have a little more whistle and bells to them. So these are different programs that you can get to add on to the different Google apps. Every app has different add-ons. You should have, if you're in Google Slides and you go to add-on, you should have on this Nearpod. And this allows me to, if I open up my Nearpod on the right-hand side of my screen, my Nearpod is going to open up right here, just like we had on the actual web version. I can start creating things. You may have to log in if you haven't done it before. Log into your Nearpod account. I am logged in right here. It says, and I can start creating my slides. So I can just.
Are you doing something on your screen? Because mine's like stuck on your Nearpod like library.
I am. Let me.
I can see your Google
Okay.
screen, but
Let me reshare again now. See if.
Google Slides too, actually.
Okay. So I can just create my Google Slides as I would normally, putting in whatever I want, creating new slides. But if I want to have some of the activities, I can come and I can create a collaborate board. And then this is going to, I can change the style of what my board looks like. And then I save this, and now within my Google slide, this is going to be part of my Google slide, would be this interactive board that students will have. And all the other activities, I can come over here and I can create all the activities I have access to just on the right-hand side, and we'll just put those right on the slide. On that first document I shared with you, there is down at the bottom, Michael Hakkarainen has a slide deck that talks a little bit more about the add-ons, and there is a great some videos that Nearpod created and some instruction with the add-ons there I have linked. Basically, you create them the same way as you would on the web version. You just do it right on the Google Slides and just save it right into your slide. And then this slide, since it is going to be a Nearpod, would go right onto my, should be saved into my dashboard within on Nearpod once I save this. So that's a really easy way to create Nearpods if you're already creating slide decks. You can convert PowerPoints, you save PowerPoints into your Google Drive and then save it as a Google slide, and then it will change all your PowerPoint slides to Google Slides. And then you can go through and open up the add-on and create the add-ons this way. Instead of doing it from the web version side, you can do it straight from the Google site as well. So that's pretty cool. That this add-on is a fairly newer feature that Google has partnered with Nearpod on doing. One last thing to show you really quick, then get some questions hopefully answered. Find my other screen right here. So if I'm in Canvas, since we all love Canvas now after the last 8 weeks, right? I'm in Canvas. I want to create. You should have the Nearpod already be installed right inside your Canvas, and ideally it will, if it's set up correctly, the grades would be pushed over right into your Canvas gradebook also. So the Nearpod grades and everything would be pushed right into Canvas. You don't have to do both things. It should be there. So if I want to create a Nearpod, if I go to, I can go through my modules, or I can go through an assignment. I'm trying to create a module. I have a module created. I want to create an assignment within my module. I create my assignment. I open it up. I can create assignment any way I want. Edit. If I'm editing my assignment, what I want to do is, if I come down to submission type, right now there's no submission. If I click on external tool, that is what I have to do, external tool, and then I'm going to find Nearpod. Your Nearpod should be there. The LTI should be installed. I can just find Nearpod. And then I can find my lesson that I created. So the my Louvre lesson, I want to do a student pace lesson here, and then this will just be embedded. Now that this Nearpod lesson is right embedded into my Canvas. So if I could do my student view just to see how it looks like from the students. I didn't publish it, did I? Of course I didn't. But student view, that would be there. This module would be there, and I could go through this lesson. Student pay, so the teacher's not controlling it, and I can go through and take part in this Nearpod lesson. The grades would be submitted accordingly because I have put in the submission type external tool. So you have to change your submission type external tool and then find the Nearpod and then find the lesson you want. So that is how you get your Nearpod into it, to have it hopefully sync to your Canvas grades. You can put Nearpods in without doing it that way, but it won't grade anything. It just be a Nearpod within Canvas, which is fine also if you're not doing it for grades, just having content. You can just get the link from Nearpod, dump it right inside your Canvas course. Any questions? That was really a lot of content, really fast with Nearpod and what it can do. And what questions do you have for me?
So on this one where you just talked about, so as long as you link tool to it, it'll show up as a grade in Canvas. Is that what you just said?
It should, yes. Ideally, yes, it should. I do have a Canvas has problems before with things syncing grade-wise. I
mean, I know maybe like if you put a multiple choice question, it'll maybe grade that, 5 out of 5 or something.
Yeah. So it just
how does it grade other things? If it's like an open-ended question, do you have to go in and grade it?
Open-ended, you would have to go in and grade it yourself. Yes. The thing that there are grades on.
The grade there.
Ideally, yes.
Deb and Brandon, Andrea and I talked about this a little bit, and kind of what we came up with, and Brandon cut me off if I'm wrong, is you'd put those things in, you would have to know beforehand how many points you're going to give to each of those. Then you would have to go back and go through the Nearpod and give those points. It's not going to automatically collect them all and grade them together. Is that correct, Brandon?
I believe that is correct. Yes.
So if you had like a fill in the blank that had 3 spots, and then a couple later you had open-ended question, you would have to go and check those and
Put those. Yeah, but
separately. It's not going to grade them all and calculate them all together.
no, yeah, that's correct.
So you grade these in Nearpod, and then because it's linked, it'll just show up in Canvas. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they'll be on the same page. So essentially it'll be like in your speed grader, you'll see the Nearpod lesson, and then on the side you'll have the Canvas score. You'll just have to click through the slides and make sure that they got them correct, and then kind of add them all up together yourself.
Okay, I got you.
So there is on that document that I shared with you, the first link underneath the Nearpod integration with Canvas. It is a Nearpod lesson that walks you through setting it up, doing everything with that as far as the integration goes and what you have to do. I won't spend time now because each page has 7 or 8 slides on with that, but that is linked there for you, that resource. Thanks, Lance, for helping out answer that one. An email, they talked about this in an email I got about.
So can I just add, I tried this as you're walking through it, and I just noticed that as you put in your Nearpod, when you're adding it and you're on editing your assignment, nothing shows up, but when you quit, when you save it, then the Nearpod shows up.
Yes.
If you guys noticed that, but.
Yeah, so you think it's not there because you go in and you external tool and you get your lesson, and then you push save, and then there's nothing there until you actually save that assignment. Then you can see it. There was this email here that I just recently got, and you may have got it too, Andrea. It went out through, don't know who it went through, but it students need to make sure that they are submitting their assignments or submitting their Nearpod lessons. There has to be that submit button that you have to push. That's we were doing it. The same thing on Canvas. They have to go answer it and then make sure they submit, or it doesn't capture it, doesn't record it. I can't find my email that talked about that really quick. I will find that and send that to you also, Andrea. You can fill in the blanks with people if they need that. I will get that to you. Any other questions I can help you with? I can see you now. So hopefully you can see the benefit of Nearpod, and I know that the UEN and the state has really pushed this for quite some time to make it a state contract, and it finally went through this session to the funding for it. Hopefully that it sticks around, so once we become part of it, and remember it becomes part of us, that it does stick around and we can utilize it for years to come. But I think Nearpod is a great tool. It's really pretty user friendly as far as creating it and making things go well with it. There's not a lot of technical stuff that you have to do on your side. There may be some glitches here and there with the integration with Canvas, but that will be worked out hopefully with Instructure, and Nearpod can make all those things work well if any issues do come up with that. As far as my basic stuff, this is my basic overview. If anyone would like anything more in depth or some other help, I'll be happy to set something up and walk you through what I know. That MOOC course that I mentioned on that document, that'd be probably the best resource for you to really feel confident and comfortable with using Nearpod. If that, you take you through everything as far as integrating it into your classes and creating content and everything that way. So I recommend jumping in and taking that self-paced course through UEN. If you don't finish it, that's fine. Just going through it and seeing what's part of what Nearpod can offer you, I think would be very beneficial.
So on that MOOC course, it says August 1st to September 1st. Could we access it sooner than that, as long as we?
You can jump in right now. So if I go to the MOOC course, I'm actually registered for it, so it may. This is just that link that I had. I'm already enrolled. We'll have an enroll button right here if you're not enrolled. So they just have it set up. It is an open course, but they want to have it not people in there for years on end. So they have a year deadline. So they start it August 1st of last year is when it started, and then August 31st, and then goes through August 1st. So you have a year to complete it. You can jump into it right now. You can jump in and have it completed in a week or 2 weeks or a month. Just by the 31st of August is when it will start a new session. It will start over. So if you are enrolled and you won't finish at August 31st, you may have to start over August 31st in the course.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So you can start it now. There are some other MOOC courses through UEN that may find helpful too. We have one, especially right now with what's going on. They have a learning at home or teaching online. So that's a MOOC course. Some great Canvas courses with that are MOOC. So for those teachers who need a little more confident builder within Canvas, taking these MOOC courses. The Adobe tools, we have the state license with Adobe. That takes you through some of the Adobe tools that we have available to us through the state license as well. But there's some, again, these are all self-paced courses with that. And here's the two Nearpod ones. They have the educator, and then you want to get some advanced stuff, you need some other stuff. They do have these two courses here. This advanced one is fairly new. They just opened up that one not too long ago. I'm not sharing my screen anymore. You didn't see what I just shared with you. So sorry. I just realized that my screen not shared anymore. So you missed all my things from UEN. So but you can search MOOC courses through UEN, and there's some great things there that they have. Any other questions for me that I can help you with? Be happy to stay on and help you out at all with anything.
I think I'd like to kind of check it out and see what's available and see what we can do. And then maybe, is there some other point that maybe we could contact you and?
Yeah. Feel free to drop me an email, call or text, or let me know the time you want to meet. I just like all of you, we're stuck here and not going very many places. So my schedule is pretty open as far as not having to travel anywhere.
This is perfect time for us to get this, and there's a lot of neat things and a lot of stuff I think every teacher will be able to use. So it's exciting.
It is. Well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you being here. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And if I don't know an answer, I will contact those who are more knowledgeable and get the answers from them and share it with you.
Thanks, Brandon.
So thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great